What's going on?
Jacob, obviously welcome to Denver, whirlwind being traded, with New York, you had a rotational role on defense, key special teams guy. Obviously there's some injuries at outside linebacker. Where are you at in terms of getting acclimated defensively here and also with Wayne Stoops on the special team side?
I like to think of myself as a very versatile player. I've played in many different fronts over my career. I was a starter last year in Houston. The year before that, a rotated position at outside linebacker with Whitney Merciless. I'm fully confident. I've taken a look at the playbook since I got here on Wednesday last week. So I've taken a deep dive into the playbook, and it's pretty straightforward. The verbiage is pretty much the same as my time in Houston, which is nice.
Can you just take us through sort of, the emotion you're connected to this place, when you found out that you were, kind of coming back home, so to speak?
I thought it was a tremendous opportunity. I was excited to be back home. I got a chance to hang out with some of my old high school buddies over the bye, and just talking to them about how, we always talked about and dreamed about, playing here in Denver. And, now that it's here, super surreal, super excited. Couldn't be happier.
So you played in the state title game at the Broncos Stadium against Bradley.
I did. Sore subject, but I did.
So the defense played well in that game against the Catherine Co., right?
Yeah.
What do you remember from that day, only limiting them to 9 points?
Cherokee Trail versus the vaunted Valor Christian and Christian McCaffrey. But it was great. It was a great memory. Obviously it didn't turn out the way we wanted it to, but it was a great time. Great team. My brother was also on that team, so it was a good time. It was super surreal playing in that stadium and then being back. And then even when I played against the Broncos 2 weeks ago, just like the last time I'd been there was that state championship game, so it was dope. You know what I mean? Like it was cool. And then being in that same locker room, we were in the visitor locker room. And that was the locker room we were in when we played in the state game. So a lot of cool memories coming back to that place.
Jake, did you grow up a Broncos fan? Did you have a favorite Broncos player?
I grew up in the era of, was it Jake Plummer, right? Yeah. So Jake the Snake, loved watching him. Vaughn, obviously, and just how he was a staple in the community. You could see Vaughn anywhere, and I often saw him. If it wasn't at Landau Sports Performance, it was at the Cheesecake Factory. So it's super dope to be back.
Do you feel any pressure when they trade Chubb, they bring you in, you have, it's going to be a little bit of committee, but is there pressure when a guy like that leaves and you step in, you've done a lot in this league, do you feel that pressure?
No, not at all.
How come?
I'm just confident in my skills, I've been waiting on just an opportunity to be in the right place at the right time with the right guys around. Being comfortable here makes me very positive on what I can bring to the table.
Jacob, when we got to talk to you last week on the radio, you said you were really looking forward to Tokyo Joe's and good times and that you're just going to stay on your sister or brother's couch. Did you end up getting more stable accommodations? You're just bouncing back and forth, and hadn't made it to Tokyo Joe's yet?
I've made stable accommodations, and I've been to Tokyo Joe's about 3 times, and I've had good times twice. So I'm eating good.
You were part of an awesome defense in New York, traded to another great defense here in Denver. What similarities do you see between how those two units operate, or even the personalities of the two units?
That's the funny thing about the NFL. Characters are the same. So I find, especially on the defensive side of the football, D-lines are funny guys. DBs are competitive guys and things like that. But the similarities is the cohesiveness of the unit. How everyone's bought in to one belief, to one standard, and that's what I'm happy to be joining another great defense in this league.
Time for 3 more?
Yep. Similar, I suppose. I was wondering what you've made so far, what you've seen from the outside linebacker group in particular.
A lot of young talent. Talented guys that are bought in with great coaching in their room. you know. So I'm looking forward to working with these guys and watching them play and grow. And obviously, as one of the older guys in the room, giving my knowledge and my advice, just to see them prosper for sure.
What Centennial League opponent meant the most for you guys to be?
Grandview, and I've never lost to them, just so you know.
Yeah.
But you know, that was.
Creek, how'd you do against Creek?
I did lose one time to Creek. Was that my junior year? We lose Creek that year? Actually, I may not have lost to Creek, man. I might have. Don't quote me on that. But Grandview, my little brother from down the street. So, you know, that was always a great game. You know, because you went to middle school with a lot of those kids in that area of Aurora. You know, and you live in the same neighborhoods. You know, maybe separated the zoning by one street. You know, so it was always great to, you know, talk crap to your neighbor across the street and things like that. But it was a lot of fun.
Last question, Zach.
Jacob, you talked about how you played the Broncos just a couple of weeks ago. Not only did you get playing, but you got to scout them. What type of team did you see leading up to that game?
A very talented team. You know, a team that is one step away from making a big run. You know what I mean? And I think now that we've hit the bye with a clear mind, we know let's get ready for a 9-week run.
Thank you.
Thank you.